number 18, please.
I move that the Board of Education approve an agreement between Western Wayne School District and Wayne County Drug and Alcohol Commission for a student assistance program and prevention services on a program-funded basis for the sum of $4,000 effective for this 2016-17 school year.
I'll second it.
Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Are there any abstaining? Motion carries. May I have a motion from item number 19, please?
I recommend that the Board of Education approve an agreement between Western Wayne School District and Wilkes-Barre Behavioral Hospital Company LLC for the transition partial hospitalization program at a per diem rate of $110 effective for the 2016-17 school year.
I'll second it.
Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments?
I just want to point out that that's still, that used to be First Hospital. The program didn't change, the provider didn't change, just the name of the company did. So that's as it has been. It's just a name change by the hospital company. First Hospital is now Wilkes-Barre Behavioral Hospital.
Thank you, Mr. Adams. Are there any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Are there any abstaining? Motion carries. May I have a motion for item number 20, please?
I recommend that the Board of Education approve an agreement between Western Wayne School District and New Story for educational services at a daily charge for the special education classroom program at a maximum rate of $325 per student and personal care aid at an additional rate of $30 per hour. This charge includes related services as deemed necessary for each student for the IEP effective the start of the 2016-2017 school year.
I'll second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Are there any abstaining? Motion carries. I have a motion for item number 21, please.
I recommend that the Board of Education approve the following job descriptions. A, Transportation Administrative Assistant. B, Paraprofessional.
Second.
Thank you. Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? All in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Are there any abstentions? Motion carries. May I have a motion for item number 22, please?
I recommend that the Board of Education consider the adoption of the following revised policy, 707, use of school facilities.
I'll second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments?
Yeah, I'd like to make a comment. At our work session last Monday, we had a long conversation, all the board directors along with the superintendent and the assistant superintendent, and to make it work for us. We had problems a few years ago, and we don't need that. Our facilities mean a lot to us and the taxpayers, and we need them to be taken care of. There's a cost for the use of the facilities for outside groups and all that. Non-profits, there's no fee, and definitely for our children of Western Wayne, for their programs, they're free. I'm correct on all that, right?
Yeah.
I know we made changes and all that, and I wanted just to make sure, but there was a lot of good changes made to protect our properties and to make sure that the people that use them take good care of them. And that's pretty much it.
Any other comments? Hearing none, all in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Any abstaining? Motion carries. May I have a motion for item number 23, please?
I move that the Board of Education approve the following personnel to be added to the district substitute list for the 2016-17 school year per Certification Act 24, 34, 151, 114, 153, 168 guidelines, employment eligibility verification, U.S. Department of Justice. Justice, Richard Kachessa, Area Custodial, Megan Oliveris, Area Certification Social Studies, Alexandra Wheeler, Area Certification School Counselor, Elementary Ed, Susan Young, Area Certification Special Education, and the NAIU guest teachers.
I'll second it.
Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no.
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 Are there any abstaining? Motion carries on a vote of 7-2. May I have a motion for item number 23 to be please?
I recommend that the Board of Education appoint Drew Bondo as a full-time custodian at a starting rate of $11 per hour with applicable fringe benefits effective September 13, 2016.
Second that?
Motion has been made and seconded. Mr. Legowski. Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments?
I have a question. The agenda that was given to me in my packet does not have Drew Bondel's name on it.
Person who was in that original agenda decided on Friday that they would not accept the full-time position.
Roger, you should have had a new one set in front of you.
There was a new one.
Oh, I didn't even see that, I just went by the other.
Nope, that's in.
Thank you for that
Mr. Clark,
correction.
when you turned it down.
Correct, correct. So, and Mr. Bondel was the main person.
Okay, I remember the conversation, I just didn't see that agenda.
Yeah, there's the agenda that was, we revised it today, and that was the second one, so that was a change.
I see it now, thank
We're
you.
going to be reposting.
Yeah, we have to repost it.
Okay, I was
In
gonna
fact,
ask
we
that same
just,
question.
in
so
fact,
that-
we just did. We put another tentative posting out there for a custodian job now, again. So that's a 10-day post as per contract, so we will be doing that, again.
Joe, just a question. Did he totally resign or he just did not want that
Full-time
time
position.
slot there?
No, he just said he didn't want it. And then we've reached out and tried to find out why and whatever, and have not been able to contact him, so.
He was a substitute though, correct?
He's
Is he still,
substituted for 3 months.
and he's still, or has he?
He's still listed as a substitute, but he did
You
not
mean-
want the full-time position.
All right. Okay, motion has been made. Motion has been made and seconded. Everyone understand?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes,
All right. All in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Are there any abstentions? Motion carries. We have a motion for item number 23C, please.
I move that the board appoint Carrie Ann Williams as a 12-month secretary at the starting rate of $12.27 per hour with applicable fringe benefits effective September 13, 2016.
I'll second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments?
And that's at the district office position, correct?
That's correct.
Just wanted to clarify. Thank you.
Any comments? Hearing none, all in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Are there any abstaining? Motion carries. May I have a motion for item number 23D, please?
I recommend that the Board of Education appoint Julie Sadnowski as part-time food service worker at a rate of $10.50 per hour, effective September 13, 2016.
I'll second it.
Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Are there any abstaining? Motion carries. We have a motion for item number 23E, please.
I recommend that the Board of Education appoint the following as advisor for the 2016-2017 school year at the salary listed in the professional employees contract. Jessica Short, PSA in the middle school, $1,321.
I'll second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Are there any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously. May I have a motion for item number 23F, please?
I recommend that the Board of Education appoint the following as coaches for the 2016-2017 school year at the salary listed in the professional employees contract. Number 1, Christine Carey, cheerleading varsity basketball, $3,470. And number 2, Jessica Short, cheerleading varsity wrestling, same amount, $3,470.
I'll second.
Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Are there any abstaining? Motion carries unanimously. May I have a motion for item number 23G, please?
I recommend that the Board of Education appoint the following mentors for the 2016-2017 school year at the salary listed in the professional employee contract for Denise Johnson, for professional employee Lori Kroll, for the salary of $1,488.
I'll second it.
Motion has been made and seconded. Are there any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no.
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 Are there any abstaining? Motion carries on a vote of 6 to 3. May I have a motion for item number 23H, please?
I recommend the Board of Education approve the following volunteers as listed. I like volunteers.
I'll second it.
I haven't seen your name on the list yet.
He's doing it right now.
I've been doing it for only 19 years. Actually, in 6 at Carbon. 25 years.
All right.
And I respect everybody else that does volunteer. I do. And I used to coach some basketball as a volunteer.
Motion has been made and seconded. Any other questions or comments?
That was cute.
Hearing none, all in favor, vote by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, no. Are there any abstaining? Motion carries. Item number 24, some informational items. District open house programs from 6 to 8 p.m. will be held on Thursday, September 22nd, at the middle and high schools. On Tuesday, September 27th, at the R.D. Wilson and Evergreen Elementary Schools. On Friday, September 16th, the middle school and Robert D. Wilson School will have the picture day. On Monday, September 19th, pictures will be taken at the high school. And on Tuesday, September 27th, will be Evergreen Picture Day. Student intern from Marywood University, we have Elizabeth Quinn, social work intern with Susan Shalasta from September 6th of 2016 to May 31st of 2017. Mr. Superintendent, do you have any correspondence?
None for tonight.
Are there any questions regarding the superintendent's report?
Can I add one thing to that, and it's a very good thing?
Oh, sure.
The Lake Ariel Fire Department had its 100th year anniversary weekend, and our marching band participated and competed in the marching band competition and won that. Like every competition, our marching band enters. So, hats off to Lake Ariel's volunteer fire company at 100 years old and our marching band for winning that competition. And then the second thing I would like to mention is today was the first day. If you've gone to our website, we just did a complete redo of the school district's website. And please be patient with us, because what we actually did was we transferred all of the existing information that was there at the end of the year over, and we will be working on some things to update them. So, for example, high school principal still has Terry Blom listed because we literally just transferred all that information over to the website, and it will be the next couple of weeks we'll have the scrubbed by all of the district personnel, and everything will be updated and correct. So there are a few items that are listed in our website that might be outdated. But please be patient with this. It was a big project, and if you go to it, I'm sure you'll notice that it's a It's much easier graphically to use. The links are much smoother, and there's a lot more click and play type information in this update.
And I'd like to add my congratulations to the band. I was present at the parade, and they did a great job. They really did, so.
Very good. Item number 26, are there any questions regarding the superintendent's report? The assistant superintendent's report? Principal's report? Ms. Felicity, do you have anything to report? No? Okay, nothing in federal programs. Do any other board members have any other business?
Just positive feedback on the school calendars.
Yeah, I would like to.
People haven't had them.
I would like to thank Kristen Donahue, who spearheaded that this year. She took that project on after the directive to get our calendar back up and running, and we did it at substantially less cost than we had in the past, primarily due to her efforts and everybody else submitting pictures to her. But she took the responsibility, volunteered over the summer to put that all together. We did print it with a local taxpayer printing company as well, and it has been well received. I appreciate you for bringing that up here, and thank you, Kristen.
I'd just like to thank you as well.
You got it.
Appreciate it.
Future meetings?
I just have
Oh,
one
I'm sorry,
question.
go ahead.
Can you just give a status update on what we're doing out here with the softball field so everyone knows?
Sure. Softball field, of all of our outside facilities, the soccer field is as good as anybody's. Obviously our athletic complex with the turf and the field house for football and soccer, both boys and girls, and track is outstanding. And our baseball field is one of the nicer facilities in the area. This softball field was a little bit of an afterthought with the middle school project, and ended up being a place where the field from middle school ended up. It was 5 feet high in the left field and 3 feet low in the right field. And it didn't drain. There were tile drains that weren't connected to anything. As part of what we were trying to accomplish, we looked at it and said, well, we really need to do something. We had conversations with the board regarding safety. The 2 safety items were fouling balls into a public road over the backstop, and then having anytime anybody hit a ball into a gap, it would cross the public traveled road, and we were very concerned about having kids get hit. So we got some pricing for fencing, and then we looked at the whole project and decided that the opportunity to do it was now, especially when the construction companies that were here, primarily Waco, donated all of their machine time, an 850 dozer, and if you were in the construction business, realize that's a very big dozer. And we cut and filled with that, and Sam Wilmot and his company donated time and effort as well. We spent, so far, there's 50 hours of volunteer time between 6 and 8 people, including trucks donated by Waco and the dozer, and all the labor was donated. The only thing we've had to pay for a year so far on this project is fuel. So I did the calculations with prevailing wage and with profitability and with bonding and equipment time, and the total value and profitability for if it was bid as a contract was roughly between $140,000 and $160,000. When it's all said and done, including the fence, and the infield mix was only 1 inch thick as well, and the infield was 8 inches out of alignment as well. The infield mix was almost $10,000 of it, and roughly $28,000 cost to redo that entire field. So we're at the point where we're going to save somewhere between $120,000 and $140,000 with volunteers doing all the work. And so the leveling was done, and the tile drain was put in this weekend, and the infield mix was brought and not fully completed yet, and there will be a donation of topsoil, the topsoil of the whole project as well. So we will, and then they will put a fence up. Hopefully we get to use a local contractor for the fencing, and then we will have a very nice softball and Little League complex that's been primarily donated by good people in the community. And again, Waco, Joe and Gary Pudnight, and Sam Wilmot, and many individuals within the school district have donated all of the way.
And to the taxpayers, the facilities, as the board is well aware of and provides for with the superintendent's recommendations, are second to none. Our buildings are right up the park. They're second to none, every building we have. And our educational system, I believe, is right up there with the best of everybody, with our AP courses and everything else. So I believe the taxpayers are getting their money's worth for the students of Western Wayne.
Any other comments? Hearing none. Future meetings. On Monday, September 26th at 6 p.m. here in the district boardroom, the board's committee meeting will be held. And a week from that date, on Monday, October 3rd, will be our next public board meeting at 7 p.m. held here in the district boardroom. On September 6th at 6 p.m., we held a meeting here in the district boardroom for the board committee meeting for this public meeting. Item 32, may I have a motion for adjournment?
I'll move that we adjourn.
Second.
Second.